I want to show you what it's really like to travel between Chinese cities, from the high-speed Maglev train to Datang Everbright City. I'll even show you a museum inside an airport, and give you a glimpse of what life is like in completely different cities. This isn't a vacation, though, it's just a very ordinary business trip. Hi everyone, I'm Bella Wang and I live in Shanghai. This time, I'm joining my husband on a business trip. We booked a taxi on app. Our flight departs from Pudong Airport, which is quite far from where we live. So we will take a taxi first, then transfer to the Maglev train. For us, this is the fastest and the most efficient way to get there. We've arrived at the Maglev station. Before entering, we go through security, then scan in. The Maglev train is currently the fastest commercial electrical train in the world. This is the track. The train has no wheels and doesn't touch the track. Instead, it runs on magnetic levitation, and it only takes 8 minutes. I enjoy watching the speed display at the end of the carriage, as it goes from 0 to 300 in just a couple of seconds. It's actually pretty thrilling. Now we've arrived at Pudong Airport. We scan our ID to get our tickets, then go straight through security. There's also something I really like here: free drink water. You can choose room temperature or hot water, which is surprisingly convenient. Now it's time to board. Let's go! We've arrived in Xi'an. We even get a super cute taxi and chat with the driver, which helped us understand the city a bit better. Xi'an is the starting point of ancient Silk Road and the capital of 13 dynasties. During the Tang Dynasty, it was the largest and most prosperous city in the world. We arrived at the hotel around 8 p.m. After checking in, we drove off our luggage and take a quick look around. It has a sink area, a bathtub, a shower, a separate toilet, and even a small balcony. We haven't had dinner yet, so we go out to find some late-night food. After about a 10-minute walk, we found a very popular local barbecue spot. Xi'an-style barbecue is quite heavy. It's oily, salty, and definitely spicy. By the time we get back to the hotel, it's almost 11 p.m. The next morning, we decide to visit a local morning market. This morning market opens between 6 and 9 a.m. So we get up early and rent shelled bags there. This is what everyday life looks like. Vendors lay out fresh vegetables, fruits, eggs, and different kinds of food. Local residents come to shop, chat, and sometimes bargain a little. You can see people picking out fresh produce, weighing items, and chatting casually. In China, this is one of the best ways to experience real local life. There's no tourist filter here. It's just a real, authentic life. We also grab some breakfast here. Everything is freshly made and cheap. This was our breakfast. It cost about $1.15 total. This pancake alone is bigger than my face. And honestly, it was way too much for us. After breakfast, I go with my husband to grab a cup of coffee, an Americano. He has a full day of meetings ahead, so he needs the caffeine. I go back to the hotel to edit the videos. Around noon, I go to a nearby mall and have a bowl of local Biang Biang noodles. As I've mentioned before, food in China varies a lot from region to region. People in Xi'an especially love noodles, and there are many different styles. Once it's ready, you can customize the flavor yourself. This was my lunch. It was amazing, but for me, it's a little too spicy. In the afternoon, I try on traditional Tang Dynasty clothing. The stylist recommended an outfit based on my features, then does my makeup and styling. It was my first time doing this, and seeing a completely different version of myself felt really surreal. After that, I go back to the hotel and continue editing. Around 7 p.m., my husband finishes work and we go to Datang Everbright City. This is one of the most famous night streets here in Xi'an. It feels like history has come to life. The whole area is lit with gold and red lights. With a giant white gold pagoda in the background, with music and foundation, the atmosphere feels dreamlike. Walking there feels like taking a step back 1300 years into the Tang Dynasty. We even sing a live performance. A dancer balances on a moving platform, dressed in a traditional Tang costume. It looks like a moving painting. There's also a local tradition where you can touch hands with the performer for good luck. After that, we return the costume and take a taxi to a restaurant the locals often visit. Since we are leaving early the next morning and want to taste everything, we order 4 local dishes. Probably a bit too much. One dish was made with pork stomach. I was hesitant at first, but it actually tasted really good. There was also fish and other local specialties, with the general proteins of everything. It was delicious, but a little spicy. The next morning, we leave for the airport at 8 a.m. We arrive early because there is something special inside Xi'an Airport, a museum. While most cities dig up pipelines during construction, Xi'an digs up entire dynasty. Most airports have duty-free shops, but this one is different. It feels like a gateway to history. During construction, over 6,800 ancient sites were discovered here, including more than 3,500 tombs. So instead of moving everything to a new location, they built a museum right inside the terminal. Today, it's the world's first on-site airport museum. All 120 plus artifacts on display were found right here.
It's so beautiful.
The space is designed in Tang Dynasty style, and walking through it feels like entering ancient Chang'an.
Amazing.
It's free to visit and takes about 13 to 14 minutes, so waiting for your flight becomes a cultural experience. After that, we go to the airport lounge for lunch.
Passengers with large luggage are advised to take the accessible elevator.
In China, many tickets or membership include access to these lounges. It's much quieter than the main terminal, with few people and a more relaxed atmosphere. You can rest, charge your devices, and grab some food. Let's take a look at what they have today. This was our free airport meal, and also the last meal of this trip. From when we left the day before yesterday to now, it's only been 48 hours. But we experienced completely different rhythms. From the fast pace of Shanghai to local life in Xi'an to quietly waiting for a flight here. And that's what a completely ordinary 48-hour business trip between Chinese cities looks like. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.